Guess we'll just do a quick update in the greenhouse as well. These are the seedlings, all doing well. These Romas are throwing out their second set of leaves, their first true leaf set, so they're coming along good. The King Arthurs are cranking along, throwing out first true leaf set as well. The big beefsteaks are rocking, very happy. Got good healthy stems. Same with the large cherries. Oh man, and now we get that tomato smell. Awesome. Nothing on the Nigella sativa yet. May reseed those. The Hawaiian orange marigolds are cranking. And of course I just picked up some fresh Coast of Maine potting soil. Yeehaw! So we can transplant some of those up. Give them a little more room because they're gonna need it. And then let's see, these are the jalapeno M peppers. They're cranking, they're very happy, doing well. The sweet Thai basil for the most part is doing well. I think I overwatered a hair last night, but I was anticipating more sun today, so and then let's see, reseeded holy basil, that's due for another watering, looks like. And then these other two flats are the old beefsteak and cherry flats. Those are the one was wiped and reset, with the exception of one tomato plant that came through, and that is now seeded with purple coneflower from my purple coneflower, my echinacea. Maybe I'll throw a shot of the pollinators working in that stuff in here, because man, what a fantastic pollinator attractant. Okay, so that's that, and then we'll go take a look at a few other things in here. Now this rosemary I transplanted, took cuttings of about a month ago, I think. I'll pull the date up and we'll plug that in here in text, I guess. But you can see new shoot growth on all of these. Good healthy green color to them. I believe they've had one foliar feed since they were put in, and I think I put these in some of that, I think that's in some of the goat manure soil. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to take a look in my logs, but anyway, they're all taken off. There's probably easily 100 cuttings in there, so that's a whole bunch of new rosemary plants to roll out, so that's exciting. And here we are with the two monster rosemary plants. Well, the one's super monster, the other one is kind of the secondary. This is the one that I pruned back really heavily prior to the transplant, or right after the transplant, but basically in conjunction with that to stimulate new root growth in the new planter. This one is in the same size planter it was in. It's had some foliar feeds, and then I think 3 or 4 days ago I put a scoop of goat manure down in here, a scoop of rock dust, and a scoop of kelp meal, just to help keep that soil boosted up and nutritionally sufficient for the plants. And you can see this is all excellent new growth since that prune back, which I think was about 2 weeks ago. That's cranking. The avocado is cranking since the transplant and the foliar feed. I do still have a whitefly issue in here. Not able to afford appropriate testing to balance the soil in here very well, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do about it. I may get some pyrethrin, which is extracted from a plant, chrysanthemum, I think, and come in here. I think that's supposed to be effective for whiteflies, so I may do that just to knock the populations down before we go out and rock on into the season. Let's see, this is a French tarragon that I brought in, and it looks like some animal got in here and dug up one of the attempts at cuttings. Doesn't look like they were doing too well as far as rooting anyway, so that's okay. Woody cuttings will be better later in the season, and it's branching out really nicely and taking on some good growth, so that's good. That'll be good propagation material for later in the season. Texas tarragon, aka Mexican mint, aka Tagetes lucida, is starting to shoot back out again from its prune back and clean up, so that's exciting to see. So the next one that I'm really excited about are the sweet potatoes. These are Beauregard sweet potatoes that I saved from last year, and they're cranking. And since I brought them up on the thermal mass here, and this is sitting at about 85, well, between 80 and 90 degrees, depending on the day and the time of day. I've been keeping it around there. And since I did that, also the turmeric is starting to show some shoots popping out. Anyway, since I did that, the sweet potatoes are blowing up. They like that nice warm soil and environment. And so I'll be able to take tons and tons of slips from these and propagate. So from a couple of potatoes that I saved from last year, I should be able to propagate out quite a number of them. And I've started early this year because our climate is a little shorter than down south. I want to make sure they have a good long season to produce. Ginger, this has been watered twice now, I believe. And actually was digging one out a little bit yesterday just to have a peek at it. You can see we're starting to shoot out some sprouts out of the ends of these where those little kind of nodes were before. They're starting to shoot out a little more, so that's a good sign. Our ginger will be popping out all sorts of new plants relatively soon. We'll be able to propagate those out. And I think that's it for now. If it's anything of anything exciting for anyone watching YouTube in any way. And then these are holy basil that I pulled out of that other flat that I said I was going to transplant. I did finally get around to it. Alright, I think that's an update for now. Just a few things going on around the farm here. Been busy doing all sorts of things. Thanks for watching the Pharmacy Seeds Network.